Welcome back to Carnegie Station for another part of our short series, City Slickers Go Outback, and this is part 3 of life on Carnegie.
Last 24 hours before we leave Carnegie. Station hand Jonah was kind enough to take me with him on a mill run to the far northern boundaries of Carnegie Station.
The purpose of a cattle grid, or stock grid as they're also known, is to prevent cattle from walking over property boundaries and into restricted areas, like in this case the homestead. This is essential for cattle who graze in open areas and do wander. As you'll see in the footage shortly, cattle grids don't stop those that know how to tiptoe.
Jonah's got a big bucket of water over there. This cow has wandered in, tiptoed over the grill, and has made her way over to the water. The cheeky devil.
A couple of years ago, this cheeky cow, no pun intended, brought along 8 of her friends and showed them how to tiptoe over the cattle grid.
Yeah, so don't scare her. Yep. Cheeky bugger.
Oh, off you go.
As you can imagine, being so remote, Coles, Woolies or IGA are not just around the corner. So it is very important to make this homestead fully self-sufficient and sustainable as possible. With the constant looking and planning forward and planting the right seeds at the right time of year, with the constant maintaining, weeding and watering, will come great reward of harvesting what you sow. You see, here at Carnegie Station, it is all about working and living off the land.
Ornithology, by definition, is the study of birds. It goes right back to the 2018 BC. The Punic Wars and the Romans were first believed to have marked birds back then. Right through to the late 1890s, when banding and recording the use of telescopes and binoculars, all those sort of things all started to come into play. The earliest known banding scheme was the Germans in 1903, I believe. So here we are up here at Carnegie Station in the middle of outback Western Australia, and I've got sitting with me Neil Hamilton, who is a very, very interested party when it comes to birds, particularly out this way. Neil, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
What can you tell me? Who is Neil Hamilton and what's your background?
Well, Neil Hamilton's a person who's studied birds for most of his life, from a young age right through to present day. What we're doing out here in this area, and have done for several years now, is the study of the desert birds. We need to find out what's going on, where they're moving, how they're travelling, what the interaction is. And we're doing that by interaction with the pastoralists, which is have been very supportive, have allowed myself, under Ghostbird consultancies and volunteers, to stay and record all the birds and species on their properties. And Carnegie is one of our last stops. It's the furthest off the Gumbarrel Highway, and we're here for the week to band and record birds, past and present.
So tell us about Ghostbird.
Ghostbird come about after a number of findings of the night parrot and out this way there are several locations that the night parrot can be found, and we're just working through. It's a cryptid species, mostly comes out at night, and very difficult to see. Mostly you'll hear the bird.
Now, I stand to be corrected, the night parrot was believed to have been extinct, was that right? Or at least...
over many years it's thought to be extinct, but the bird is extremely difficult, hard to find and locate, and people like John Young and many other scientists as well have been chasing or looking for the elusive night parrot, which used to be called Holy Grail of the bird ornithology area.
Yeah,
but
right.
People who work in that area have long understood that it's possibly around and has been found. And in the future, learn a lot more, under knowing what's going on with it, and what it needs in the whole biodiversity is what we're all about. It's been found in several locations, and we've been studying them from Lorna Glen to the deserts
Right.
to Fortescue Marsh, right through WA. There are several locations. Many Indigenous groups are working and supporting each other as the bird needs to be studied more, needs to be understood, and hopefully our little team and our Ghost Bird volunteers are working towards that with Curtin University and many other members of the public, and everyone has a diverse background in what they're doing, and we just share that skills and knowledge from invertebrates to plants, botany, and our small piece that we're doing is tracking and locating different species that may interact with it.
So, desert birds, obviously, there's a fairly reasonable list of them, all the way up to birds of prey and the like. So, have you got a particular focus that you're looking at, say, on this camping trip, as opposed to other ones that you come out to?
Every trip that the team comes out once or twice a year, and we also come out at other occasions, is focusing on its biodiversity of the night parrot habitat, and in that biodiversity we're looking to see how everything fits, including the mammals and reptiles. Everything in that biodiversity is important for us to understand. It's a long journey. It's sometimes harsh, I guess. It's hot, but we vary at times we come out. It's important to us to understand that if it's going to survive in pastoral areas and on national parks or reserves or indigenous areas, then we need to know more about it.
Yeah.
And that's basically what our goals and objectives are.
Yeah.
It's about supporting each other. And those elders have got INU past and present, as well as the pastoralists of past and present, have long supported, and I've just worked through that and just been assisting where I can. And I guess we're a volunteer group. We're not funded by anybody, we just support each other. I allow small funding through merchandise I may sell, and the Carnegie Station and the Wiluna Shire have been really tremendous for that over many years now.
So there you go. If you've got an interest in birds or a real passion for bird watching, I think they're called twitchers. Carnegie Station, 353 kilometres east of Wiluna on the Gun Barrel Highway. This is where you need to come. 165 recorded species. There is something out here for everyone. If you're interested, give it a look. Hey guys, okay, today more of life on Carnegie Station. We're doing a quick, what they call a mill run or a water run, just to check on a couple of bores, windmills. It's a pretty important roll around the station. Actually in total they've got about 700 kilometres of round trip water run. We're only doing a small section of that, of course. So we've got a short drive down.
Being newbies and all.
Yeah, being newbies and all. But it just involves sort of checking on the bores, the troughs, cleaning the troughs out a little bit if they need a bit of a clean out, seeing what cattle are hanging around, that sort of thing.
Report any damage it may be.
Yeah, it's just a visual check really, more than anything else, a bit of a clean up. So we'll have a short run down. We're doing the what they call Hunties, or the South Run. So we'll go down that and we'll show you what that entails in a little bit.
when I was out on a water run with Jonah, did pick up quite a few little hints and whatnot along the way. So I've got a guess of what's meant to be done and expected of whoever is doing this run. So one of them is to make sure, up here, the windmill is working. So that is pumping water into the tank behind me. If that windmill's not turning and pumping, then we'd be tapping on the tank to just see where the water level is at. They've also got an overflow pond too, but we haven't visually seen that. So tap on it, see where it's at. We know it's full because I've already checked it, and then we'll go into the yard just over there and clean the trough, and we'll make sure that it refills, and then we know everything is working properly. If not, mark it. Then because we don't have the equipment and whatnot to fix it, we'd have to go back, get Brendan or Jonah to come back out and fix it, so then the cattle have got fresh water.
I've got Sam working while I stand around and supervise, which is probably the important role. Crikey! Look what we found in the outback of Western Australia. It's a dinosaur! Big lizards. They used to roam the earth millions and millions of years ago. And we found one out here in the outback. It's a dinosaur!
So at Hunty's I showed you the other windmill pump, and so this is also something else that I observed when I was out with Jonah. So this one's a solar panel and the pump runs off solar, so therefore we just check to make sure that we've got all green lights. And this side here is our tank, and it is full because it is overflowing. So let me bring you around. But look, this is where the windmill was. It's all shafted off, but let me see if I can take you down. So pretty cool. Hey, so the solar pumps that water up. I'll come around while I'm doing this vid. He says I won't do all the work because he's working. Hey! About bloody time. Alright. So, just up the top here, it is leaking, but normally we would just then tap on it, see if it's hollow. But I know it's overflowing, so I know it's full. Pretty good. He's working his butt off, earning his money for a change.
pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it was good.
Nice country, just driving around. So now Sammy's going to drive us back. I managed to avoid getting a flat tyre. Driver changes flat tyres, so it's Sam's turn. But, or axles, either way. Someone's going to have to change the tyre if they get a flat one, but it won't be me.
Wow.
I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the view, which is...
He loves me, he'd change it.
We're going to sit back and enjoy this view, which is actually quite stunning. Here, I'll show you. This country out here, honey.
Something about it just draws you in.
Oh, toilet paper in the camera. Always take toilet paper when you go out on a water run.
You never know when nature calls.
There you go. All right.
Axel's shotgun driving. It's his turn. Alright. He sits with me, it's right.
Supported by a vast number of volunteers and supporters, the Royal Flying Doctor Service provides a lifeline to those that live, work and travel in rural and remote Australia by providing 24-hour emergency services. Charitable donations are always willingly accepted.
This Joey was brought into us to look after, which we did for a few weeks before leaving. As you can see, Rusty formed a special bond with Jojo as the surrogate parent and was within earshot of her little barking calls. There is nothing like sitting around a fire, enjoying the company of campers or staff, chatting about the day's events or telling a tale or two with a drink in hand and a steak on the barbecue. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss part 3 of Life on Carnegie.